and I wanted to make a cake. So this hamburger cake is based off my favorite video game, The Sims 4, and I wanted to make a cake. For the longest time, I've wanted to do a Mr.Cow baking episode, and today's the day. Also, I have ideas this time. So, me and Mr.Cow are going to have a competition, me versus him, and whoever turns out the best is the best. That's about it. And now the next thing we need is the 1 cup of water, which I have poured. So I will dump this. I will also dump the 1/3 cup oil that is in a different container. So this one, dump that one. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the eggs. And the eggs, we need 3 large eggs. So I will go. Okay, this will not crack. This one's like hard boiled or something stupid. Break. Usually I do this like in a separate bowl, but the separate bowl is currently being used to hold the eggs. So, yes. I think I'm good. I just like, it's preheating now, but I will mix. And I have an electric mixer. I actually have like 2. I think we have we have 2. And I don't like to use them because it's too much work and too much space right now. Look how yellow it is. This is gonna be like the bun for the hamburger. So I don't know if like this should be brown. I hope that when like it bakes it turns like to a golden brown and not yellow, because that's what I'm expecting to happen based on past experiences. I will mix. I have already greased these pans, and the next step is to put the batter into the pans and then put them in the oven. The oven is still preheating though. It's almost done. It's at like 250, so we should be good. So these are done, and I have finished putting the 2 cakes into the pans, and I just think we should go see what Mr.Cow is doing. How's he doing? So I have a smaller supply. First we have this egg. We will be using this between the 2 cakes. So let's crack. Oh, look at that. I found this in the bottom of the refrigerator. Ew. 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 Ew, this is nasty. Look at the inside of that. Can you all even see that? Look how nasty. You can like peel the piece off. That's nasty. Okay. I don't think I like chickens anymore. So we will pour half of this. That's about half. That's good enough. And then we'll put this whole thing into this bowl. And then we have our oil. We'll just put a very small amount. That's good enough. And then we have a cup of water. And now I shall stir. I has a fork. I will stir because I is a chef. Let me move this back into the frame because this is beautiful. This right here is just beautiful. You can kind of like see the egg in it, like when I lift it up, like, or Savannah, she's holding the knife, those fork utensils. But you can like see the egg because there's like a lot of egg in it because I put too much egg and not enough of everything else. But I think it looks good enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in a pan. So this is the pan I'm using. When I actually am only gonna use one pan, and when I get out of the oven, I'm just gonna like cut it in half. So Savannah will pour. It looks beautiful. So here is the oven. I have put the cake in the oven, and we are going to close the oven and put it in there for a good 36 seconds. So I've just been informed that what I thought was the oven is not actually the oven, and that this is the oven, and Savannah has kindly decided to stick mine in with hers. Although mine will be better. Hers look ugly. So now I have the chocolate cake, and I will begin cooking it. So what we need for this one is the oil, which I have here, and the water. I've already pre-measured all this stuff out. And now I will just take a spoon, because this is what I have, and I will mix it. I just realized I forgot eggs. So, I'm gonna just quickly crack them eggshells and put the eggs in there. I accidentally cracked it in a different bucket, but that's fine. Here we go. I didn't get a lot of the actual like goo on that one. I just got like the middle part. There we go. And our last egg. Good thing I tasted it, because when I tasted it, it tasted different. So, continuing. So, I have poured the cake into 2 different pans. I have the actual pan that we will be using for the cake, the hamburger cake, and then a bunny pan, which is just for me to eat at home because I'm gonna get hungry soon. I'll probably be having lunch like after I film this video. So I have a cake ready. Now I will make my chocolate cake for the patty of the hamburger. So I have this. Savannah gave me a little bit of mix to use, and then I've got to put my water in. And I don't actually have much left over from the egg. Like I have this much, so let's use that. So we don't have any more tiny cake pans, so I have to wait for the one that's in there now to get back out, and then Savannah will rinse it, and then I'll put this one in, so it'll be good. So we have just got the yellow cakes out, and they are looking good. I checked them with a knife, and I poked them. They came out clean. They look about done. His looks weird, like it's not browning like mine, like they should be. I put the other cakes that I made in. His is waiting for this one to cool. It takes 30 minutes to do, so we should be good. I think that it's just going to be 10 minutes like in later, and it is a smaller cake, so it shouldn't take the full 30. But we're good. Aren't we, Mr. Cow? Yep. So I'm first gonna like cut off a piece for Mr. Cow to use. So we'll cut like here. It's gonna cut like this. So this is Mr. Cow's piece right here. So I'm gonna just throw this away for him on the side, and then this is all mine. I'm try to roll this out again. And then I'm gonna cut some circles. So I already messed up. You were supposed to cut a piece off and then like dye it before you cut the circles. So I screwed up, and I'm just gonna like combine it again because I know that this is the amount now, like the exact amount. And yes, I'm gonna try to dye it red like a tomato. Our tomatoes are like a little bit pink, but I think overall this actually kind of feels better than slime. Like, actually not joking. Like, I was like peeling it apart and stuff, and it just felt like a lot like the same, but at the same time felt like really like good. Like, it didn't stick. The dye stuck to me, but the actual like stuff didn't, and I was very happy. This is good. So I have cut the circles, put some like little dots on them to resemble like tomato textures, but I love fondant. Like, did not know how much I like this, how it just shapes so good. Like, it was getting stuck to this, like, so I think it's like this is still hard, but once like I started to like play with it and like get the coloring in it, it became like stickier, which was kind of good, because I bet it's gonna like stick to the cake better. But let's go see how the cakes are doing. So we got his out of the pan, and it's like broke in the middle, like this whole piece, and then there's like a big chunk of it still left in there. And I know like that small chunk, like to my cake would be nothing, but to his is like a huge portion at the bottom. Also, it does not feel like cake. Like, this is like completely different feeling than that. This just feels nasty. So I put the cake in there. These two are almost done. The knife came out pretty clean, but it had like a little bit on it, so I'm just gonna let them sit in for like the next 8 minutes, and we should be good. I just took the cakes out of the pans, and this piece stuck to the bottom, so this is gonna be the bottom bun for the cake. This one's gonna be the top. This one looks perfect. They're both browned. They look gorgeous. They look like hamburger buns. Not this. This looks like trash, and I'm happy with the way it turned out. We have 5 more minutes. These are the way my tomatoes look after the hamburger process. They are bright red because I made them into balls, smashed them, and then took food coloring and smeared it over the top because that's how it looks. So I made my lettuce. I just took the ball, I flattened it, and I put green food coloring on it, so now it looks like lettuce. But now I'm gonna take a spoon and I'm just gonna spoon some blobs of icing, stick it to the top of the cake, and these will resemble the sesame seeds. So, the only thing is they don't really stick to the cake that well. I should have just fondant with, like, I should have just used fondant with this, but I didn't because I don't think that far. But yeah, oh my gosh, this looks like such a mess. It's a hamburger. Okay. In my opinion, this looks like trash. Okay. This is a mess. See? I'm gonna wash my hands now. So mine broke in half because Savannah didn't do it right. And that means that we're just gonna have to have half-eaten cakes. So this will be the bottom, and then I'm gonna put icing on it. So just gonna splat. There we go. Splat like this. Okay. And then I'm gonna take this, which I cut up, my fondant, and just like splats on it. I have too much cake. So it looks good, in my opinion. What's the dog barking at? She's being stupid now. I'm trying to make a cake. And then I'm gonna take my lettuce, I'll go plop on top, they're like covering it. And then I'm gonna take one tomato, and I'm gonna take the other tomato, and then I'm gonna just smack. So I have a hamburger too. It looks fabulous.
Scared.
It does like and subscribe.